The story of the BFBi began in 1906, when the Liberal Party was returned to Parliament, making no secret of its intention to introduce legislation that would stifle the brewing industry. At the time, a number of key industry figures and firms joined forces to form the Allied Brewery Traders Association, gaining rapid support and making an active stand against the proposed legislation. When the Liberal Party announced proposals that would see ownership of all licensed premises reverting to the state, there was a major public outcry, culminating in a massive demonstration at Hyde Park attended by 250,000 people. Such was the effect of this demonstration that the bill was eventually scrapped entirely. From that point onwards, the association has grown from strength to strength, overturning proposals to increase duty on beer in 1931, attracting key speakers to the cause along the way, and forging key relationships with the Brewers Society and the Institute of Brewing. As an association, we have continuously developed, embracing the wider beverage and food industry and striving to keep our members at the heart of everything we do. We want to continue to provide opportunities for our members, encouraging development within the industry.
Charles Fareham are hop merchants. We basically buy in hops from farms, working closely with growers to liaise on what hops need producing at what times, and we're then selling them on to breweries, so we're supplying the right varieties to the breweries at the right times. I started in 1989, and at that time we were supplying 3 varieties of hops, mainly to larger breweries in the UK. Since then, the business has expanded rapidly, so whereas we were just servicing the UK industry, we're now servicing brewers throughout the world. As a new company coming into the industry, there's definitely great advantages to joining the BFBi. It's introduced us to new people supplying other products. It's also introduced us to a lot of other brewers that we wouldn't necessarily have had contact with. So really, from a networking point of view, it's been an ideal opportunity for Farehams to get the name out there and to actually promote our business and just meeting customers on a more open and friendly basis. There is a lot of what you put in, you get out. So the more you take time to go and do these events and to invest your time in committees and getting involved with organising events, the more you will get out of it. I'm a firm believer of that. I became BFBi Midland Section Chairman in 1999, which was very useful for me personally. It gave me a lot of information on what other people were doing in the industry, how things worked, just background information that you would never learn had you been sort of working just inside your own business. I think overall it's an important time to become a member of the BFBi and to get involved with the things that they do. Remember, you only get out of it what you put in, so please be a part and come and join us and help to make this industry even greater.
Briggs of Burton are hygienic process engineers. We've engineered brewing and distilling solutions for some of the world's biggest and best companies for a large number of years. We were one of the founder members of BFBi going back to 1907. We manufacture here in Burton, and we also provide a wide range of engineering services to clients all around the world. They provide some excellent services to us. In our case, the things that we value most are the way in which BFBi can organise international trade exhibitions. Being able to talk to people, being able to network is something that's very, very important. They also are very active on the black tie dinner circuit and lunch circuit, which in many of the circles we work is still a very important way of getting customers. The annual lunch has been something that's been a feature of the calendar for many years. Customers, generally speaking, highly value an invitation. It's been a great opportunity to network and see people, and for a company like Briggs with a long history, we have that long history because we talk to a lot of people, we listen to a lot of people. Our industry needed a voice, needed a common voice that represented the whole supply chain, and that's no less the case now than it was then, and it's something that BFBi does particularly well.
AB Vickers manufacture and sell a range of process aids to the brewing and beverage industry worldwide. Process aids generally being products that improve the efficiency of beverage production and also can contribute to improved product quality. The chances are that when you walk into a pub and order a pint of beer, that AB Vickers will have contributed to the quality of that beer, either visually or from the stability point of view. Our membership of BFBi has been really beneficial, especially in recent years where we were threatened with some legislation that would have had an adverse impact on our business. BFBi acted as a voice for the supply base and also for our customers in arguing that the proposed legislation was actually unfair and also was scientifically invalid. BFBi spearheaded the campaign and actually enabled us to overturn the proposed legislation, and as a result we've benefited as a business. Having been members of the BFBi for many decades, we've benefited directly from the strength and the unity that the BFBi brings. So as a supplier to the brewing and food industry, membership brings you that strength. There's unity in strength. The BFBi speaks with one voice for the whole supply chain.
Morehouses is a cask ale brewer. We don't brew anything else, purely cask ale. We've been doing so for nearly 50 years now. We have been extremely successful over the past 12, 13 years, so much so that we've spent £4.5 million worth of investment to create the newest regional brewer that there's been for some time in the country. We are an associate member of the BFBi, and the reason for that is manifold really. There's always been such a camaraderie with the industry and with the suppliers and the fellow BFBi members that I thought it was worthwhile. The main reason for it, however, was I suppose because of the feed assurance schemes. We obviously produce a fair amount of spent grain, and it's fantastic for us having the peace of mind knowing that that spent grain leaves here fit for animal consumption and then goes to a plate as it gets further down the food chain. We're in a very changing business, but what is great within our business is that institutions like the BFBi that cares about the longevity of our business and about our industry is where we all want to be. The people that are members of the BFBi are all like-minded people. We all have the same goal, which is the sustainability of our industry going forward and us protecting our industry, our consumers and our customers.
Looking to the future, we want the BFBi to be an association that continues to provide opportunities for our members, assisting companies and individuals to develop new market opportunities worldwide and to grow their businesses.
Brewfit are one of the UK's innovative drinks dispense solutions provider. Generally we specialise in providing everything from taking the beer out of the keg all the way to the dispense tap that you can see on the bar. The BFBi has played an integral part in making sure that businesses have been able to progress in these hard times with lobbying against government, but also actually ensuring that there is funding still there for some of the businesses to actually go overseas and help them with their travel. Brewfit in particular benefited from thousands of pounds worth of grant money that has come via the BFBi from the government to send us to overseas exhibitions. Absolutely, 100% it's worth joining the BFBi. You only have to look on the website or look in the directory of all the fundamental benefits that particularly a small business can benefit from. One of the particular areas is some of the employment issues and some of the services that we can get. It could be PAYE, it could be anything to do with the integral parts of the business, which as a startup you would need that help. All this, to be honest, is made easier by being a BFBi member. It helps us access information that I think we would struggle to get access to, but also the association with the BFBi provides us with an enormous amount of credibility.
The future of the BFBi, as it represents the entire supply chain, I don't see how we cannot be involved with it.
We're in a very changing business. The only thing that's consistent about our business is change.
Anybody entering into the food and beverage industry as a supplier would benefit from that unity that the BFBi brings.
The BFBi has always stood up for its members. It's always been there to help out when times get tough.
And they provide a voice for the industry when you're considering regulatory affairs and representation.
You will not be on your own. There is help out there for you, and it's something that you will benefit from as long as you give something back to the industry.